Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Wrath of the Righteous with me, Bring It On. There's another console over here we can interact with. I assumed to open the door that shut behind us when we entered.
It went splendidly.
The mechanism controlling the gate is complicated and unfamiliar. However, you trust your instincts and manage to operate the machinery. So now we can leave if we want to, or if we need to.
Focus on the goal.
Yet another obstacle.
Oh, cool. I haven't seen that proc yet. I also haven't done a lot of charging recently, so
Let's try.
that probably plays a role. Hopefully with my character's new positioning in the party, we'll see a lot more of that. Alright, just grab the potions for now. I know they have regeneration that popped up last time. In fact, I went and looked at one of their bodies. They get regeneration 10, which is pretty significant. I mean, it wasn't enough to save these guys, but a special tool was needed to open such a strong lock.
I'll go ahead.
Okay. Is it the same for all these doors? Present the passkey to unlock the gateway. It's not the same for all these doors. The reinforced door is tightly locked by an internal mechanism.
I sense something.
Let's go ahead and quick save. I need to check if these guys are immune to mind affecting.
This will hurt. This spell doesn't work like that.
Let me take a quick look at their sheet. Yeah, just disease it looks like. Are they all the same? I'm just making sure that I'm immune to mind affecting since they're augmented. I assume they're like cyborgs. So we just picked up Dreadful Carnage on our last level up, and I want to make sure that we didn't enter a dungeon right after that where it was going to be useless.
Prepare yourself.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Alright, can he charge from right here?
This
Nope,
spell
too
doesn't
close.
work like that.
Back up a bit.
This spell doesn't work like that.
Desna, guide my hand. Make your peace.
Into the fray!
That was a squad leader too.
I will resist.
Alright, on to the next there, Don Quixote. I guess I can just attack this guy. Man, did I miss charge attacks? Flaming lockpick fuel. The metal flask is full of foul-smelling gas. Fuel for a flaming lockpick. And a flaming lockpick. It is unlikely that this device was designed to open locked doors, but is perfectly suited to that purpose. Drawing in gas from the connected metal flask with a low whine, flaming lockpick releases a stream of white-hot flame, heating and quickly vaporizing the metal lock. So it's a blowtorch.
The goddess protects us.
Flaming lockpick. It's surprising, but these vast machines perform tasks with the same delicacy as a silversmith, refurbishing and repairing damaged components for the machine people.
I will help where I can. Lead on.
You're not interact with this?
The world has suffered enough.
Anybody want to interact with this? Oh, come up here first then.
A success worthy of praise.
The notes read, percentage of successful implantations increased to 47. For the purposes of improving this result further, complete removal of the temporal lobes will be implemented in future procedures. And access the door's controls. Access to maintenance cells granted. But the doors that we saw back in that on the way here. I really want to interact with this. There we go. It appears that the humming machine filling the air around it with electricity is powering the surrounding mechanisms.
Follow my lead.
Let's get back and check these doors then. No, use the flaming lockpick. And my only fuel for it.
As it should be.
Oh, but the game gave me more. Okay. It all works out. Scream of Pain. It's like a fun weapon to use. Whenever the wielder of this +3 soundburst Tongi lands a hit, the enemy must pass a fortitude saving throw or become shaken for 1 to 3 rounds. Well, I guess it lives up to its name. Workers in there, okay. This one still needs a pass key.
That is not far.
Maybe this corpse has it. A time-worn note. The work on fortifying the outer perimeter is almost complete. We are now well protected against surprise raids, and no wandering demon will ever disturb us again. Unfortunately, Master 100-Face tasked me with routine checks to keep the mechanisms in working condition. And I hate leaving the device maintenance area. These darn gates are driving me insane. I can never remember the right access code. Why couldn't they just stick to the numbers? They just had to use this geometric numeric nonsense. I keep forgetting the sequence does not end with a cycle, it ends with a base. Now the symbols are basically the same. The cycle is a circle, the base is a circle with a dot. But I keep mixing them up. I just end up standing in front of the gates like an idiot. So I'll just write it on this and keep reading it over and over, every day, until I get it. The third symbol in the code is a base. A circle with a dot, not a cycle. Okay, so this note gives us 2 or 3 pieces of information for the code. The circle with the dot is the last symbol, and there's only 3 symbols in the code. Right? Let me reread that. It ends with a base. The base is a circle with a dot. The third symbol. Okay. Yeah. That should make it... We can probably brute force our way through it, honestly, now that we know that. Can't open that door.
I'll go ahead.
Because now I'm wondering... I was thinking we had to avoid the rhombus. Like, that was one of the clues. Instead of giving us part of the code, it was telling which part was not part of the code. The rhombus had the bloody fingerprint on it. It's like, well, if you activate that, you're going to get killed. But maybe that's not the case.
I know the way. Our
Prepare
victory is
yourself.
certain.
We should have a treant out. We have 7 castings of it, and they last for an hour.
Begone, fiend!
What are they shooting us with? These big blue orbs. Blasting bracers. Oh, okay. It's like they're using the Kamehameha against us or something. Not what I meant to do.
A calculated risk.
Make your peace. Disappear.
Fine, we'll do it this way. Thank you. Alright, I'm gonna attack this guy, and you do the same thing. Make sure he doesn't stand back up.
I'm done with you.
Nothing to it.
I will resist.
Fall!
Alright, more potions. We'll give some of those to Lan.
Follow my lead.
He's a little banged up. Bucephalus didn't take any damage in that fight with the assassin. He was over there tanking it by himself. He's come so far. The dead person's wounds were carefully bandaged, but the injuries were too extensive and led to their death.
Let me help.
So that's the one thing I don't like about Legendary Proportions, is the hitbox is so massive.
Hidden in the darkest places. Too bad no one can see.
Like right here I'm still clicking
My will is
Sosu.
resolute. Search for the beauty with your heart.
A large person had the same problem, but of course they weren't as big as Legendary Proportions, so it's not as significant. But trying to navigate with Legendary Proportions is a huge pain in the butt.
We will win this war.
Always be ready for the worst.
How's this happening
Rely
again?
on me.
Oh, it's not popping up here, but it's popping up down here. The dead Crusader on the bed was seriously wounded, bleeding where they lay, as evidenced by the darkened, pungent-smelling sheet. The sight of the thick straps that were used to bind helpless and wounded people to the beds is sickening. So I don't know why the font does this. Like some of the... It's only been in this dungeon, I think, where it has two different font sizes. And it's also different colors, it looks like. Now, it looks like this corpse has been lying here on this bed, slowly becoming mummified for several months at least. The remains of the unknown warrior exude a holy aura. His death at the hands of the demons was a martyr's death. Is he died to demons or to these guys? I haven't seen any demons in here. Actually,
Goddess protects
let's go back over here, make sure there's no perception check that I missed.
As it
Don't
should
see
be.
anything.
A success worthy of praise.
The sinister-looking instruments on the table appear to be used to open the skulls of unfortunate victims and attach the horrifying barbed circlets to their brains. Oh, here's some demons. Let's go take them out.
I refuse to accept their statement.
That's one down.
I will bring down the divine wrath.
You are left.
Alright. This guy's taking longer to kill than I would like. We're gonna haste. I'll be a little bit more frivolous with my spellcasting since we do have a place to get rid of corruption. So we're okay to rest here a couple of times. This guy's super tanky. I mean, he's an overseer, but still.
Yourself.
We're missing a ton of attacks against these guys. Why? And they have 36 AC, that's probably why.
Eternal Rose, I call upon you!
Is what I was made
This
for.
should do it.
Struggles
Mercy
end
for
here.
the wicked.
Not a huge deal. I mean, we're still gonna win, but... Spear +3, Banded Mail +2. Okay. A bloodstained armor belonging to Crusaders and Demons lies in a pile, waiting to be melted down. Yep, it is a bunch of junk. I'll just go ahead and let him melt it down. Numerian Bomb. A hefty contraption that can be easily identified as Numerian by its appearance. The case features a large red button and a series of warning symbols such as crosses, skulls, and fire. These signifiers indicate a universally obvious meaning to all observers, regardless of their language, that this item is a powerful bomb. Okay. Game description is over here, don't need to read it again. The thick walls of the blast furnace retain the heat from the fire that recently raged within it.
Meditate on your mistakes. It might make you feel better.
Now why was this hidden behind a perception check? It's just a bunch of really crappy loot. Alright, looks like that might be it. Wait, what is this guy? Oh. Never mind. Alright, I guess we can go back and try and brute force this code then. Since we know potentially 2 symbols. And we know which one ends the sequence.
I'll go ahead.
A bright future awaits us.
So we could just blow it up. I want to figure it out. So no, circle with the dot is the last one. And rhombus is probably used as well. These are the only 2 that have been mentioned. I mean, circle was mentioned too. He said he was getting the circle with the dot and the circle mixed up, so maybe circle's first. Rhombus. Is that it? The symbols on the panel flash red for a moment, and their glow quickly fades away. Rhombus, circle, circle dot. Rhombus, triangle, circle with dot. Rhombus, square, circle with dot. Rhombus, dot, circle with dot. Triangle. Wait, did I do the other one first? Hold up, go back. Nope, nope, put the bomb away. I'm not blowing it up. Yeah, we did the circle first, so yeah, triangle, rhombus, circle with dot. All the symbols light up with a green glow, and you hear mechanical clanking noise. So a triangle wasn't mentioned anywhere. How would you have known? I guess it was just a brute force puzzle. They give you two of the parts of the sequence. The rhombus, which when I pass a perception check and it shows the rhombus has a bloody fingerprint on it, my mind thinks, don't press that one, because whoever pressed it last got, you know, blown to smithereens here. Or something like that. The triangle, rhombus, circle with dot. So it gave you the base, and it told you there's only 3 parts of it. So, I mean, it's not too hard to brute force, but it's still odd. But I guess, I mean, not every... You know, realistically, if you came across puzzles like this all the time, you're not always going to find all the parts of the answers. Sometimes you have to brute force your way through. So, it wasn't too bad. Thank goodness it was another puzzle. Alright, we'll go this way first. No, wait, this just takes us back this way. Never mind, we're not going to go that way. Alright, this screams boss fight. And since we do have a rest spot, we're going to buff up a little bit more. Let's go to cast haste.
No mistakes.
I will help where I can.
Go ahead and pop that as well.
I will lend you my aid.
And just in case. Oh, it overrides legendary proportions. Well, that's a waste of a dinosaur bone. Alright. Let's check it out. I mean, come on. This has to be a boss
You
fight.
won't fall here. I swear it.
Or just a bunch of demons.
Let's try this way.
Alright, we get up here and cast slow on these guys.
This will hurt.
It is a lot of demons, so this is kind of a boss fight. Expected a little more here, like a giant golem or something. Like the golem fight from Dragon Age Origins, where you decide whether or not you want to keep the golem forge or not in Orzammar.
Make every strike count.
Not really a good arena for charging, so we're missing out a little bit of DPS here.
You've crossed the wrong mob.
Begone, fiend!
And of course, to top it all off, these guys are getting regeneration. So we do have some Dispel Magics laying around. Let's take care of their stuff. I don't know which one I was focusing. Did we kill one? Oh, there he is. Where is his body at?
The inheritance. Guide my blade. Bruise.
Hang in there, Sela.
You should have listened to reason.
The light. Take you.
You won't survive.
So many dead bodies right there. It's hard to tell who I was even attacking. Alright.
Let me help.
Let's cast a heal on Sela because she's missing so much health. This is the expedient option. Could spam a bunch of potions, but this is okay too.
I will bring down the divine wrath.
So we can interact with all these doors. Which one do we want to go to first? Probably to the south. Looks like the smallest area. It is locked. Okay.
I know the way.
Flaming lockpick fuel. Awesome. How about this one? We need a pass key for that one. Okay. Not so bad. Making some progress. Lemon lockpick could open this lock, but it requires fuel.
I will defend my dream.
Calculated risk.
Drown in the holy light.
Desna, guide my hand.
Alright, I'm gonna cast a slow as well. These demons are no pushovers. Oh, Bucephalus is taking a beating. We can always rest. It's not a big deal.
Into the fray!
Alright, Bucephalus is dead. It's okay. Quixote's still alive and kicking.
Colonel Rose, I call upon you. Endure this. Did you see that?
This should do.
I'm alright.
Oh, he's not dead.
Ready
Awesome.
for anything.
The world has suffered enough.
Okay, let's do... Healing on her, it's going to be 4 redundant health. That's okay. And heal up Bucephalus a smidge.
My will is resolute.
Alright, not nearly enough. Let's see. Keep fight for now. Alright, I did see one person we can loot. Not that I care to.
It went splendidly.
Calling upon your extensive knowledge, you hypothesize that these humming boxes are the brains of the hive of machines around you, the place where their memory and knowledge are stored. Okay, that's a really good guess.
A success worthy of praise.
You realize that knowledge of the camp around you is stored and processed in the depths of this machine. It contains information on the workings of the camp's machinery, as well as previous attempts to storm the compound. Everybody's buffs are wearing off. This is where we can start getting into trouble. If we're not careful. Now let's go back this way. Oh, Ivan went down too.
Follow my lead.
Okay, looks like we don't really have a choice, do we? Honestly, these workers would probably be handy if you had like a vampiric touch or something, some sort of life draining ability as a free heal. Starting to think like a lich.
As it should be.
It's either us
Let's
or
try
them.
this way.
Ow.
This will hurt.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Thanks for shut up, Trian. It's just hanging out in the back. Wait a second. What was that for? Here, let's go ahead and get rid of you. I don't know why you're walking up to us and attacking us. Well, you can have more than one out? Why are they attacking me? Oh no, this guy's not dead, never mind. I thought they were swinging at Sela, then I realized her health wasn't going down. My bad. Also learned a valuable lesson. We can have more than one treant out at a time. Can I have all 7 out? I mean,
You are my favorite aid.
let's see. Oh my goodness. The last march of the Ents. Oh my goodness.
Together, we stand.
And they all cast separately. What?
Time's not waiting.
I mean, what the heck? That's gotta be a bug, right? They can't be intentional. And they all last for an hour. So it's not like it's a round of like having a swarm of treants. They last for an hour. That has to be a bug. There's no way. So we need a pass key for that one as well. I mean, I'm tempted to just summon all 7 with all of my characters. Takes us back this way.
That is not far.
We will win this war.
I mean, you can have up to 42 treants out. If this is, you know, maybe one. Alright, I gotta try.
No reason to
When other
pause.
character's summoning Disrupt. It doesn't! You can have 42 treants out!
I'll go ahead.
That is stupid. Alright, so I think that's the way forward. Let's go back this way. Oh man. That's gonna make boss fights trivial. Because you summon them ahead of you, send one character in to start the fight, and they're gonna start attacking the treants.
I know the way.
That's crazy. Treebeard and his moot. That's what it's called, right? It's been a while since I've read the books, but I think that when all the
Follow my
Ents meet in Lord of the Rings, it's called a moot. Oh, that's so awesome.
We will be
Oh, this
victorious.
is gonna be a big fight. Alright, we're not properly buffed up for this fight, I don't think, but we'll make it work. We're gonna have to rest at some point anyway, so let's go ahead and just get this out of the way. Our Deva. Then I guess finish cutting this guy down. Alright, so let's stay in the fight, please. There we go. Nice, good 23 health heal. All these treants in here. That's ridiculous. Oh, I can't reach them. Oh, there's this barrier up. Okay.
You won't survive.
Can he reach this guy? Not quite. Are they still swinging at this guy? Let's take care of him first. Or her, sorry, it's a succubus, not an incubus.
Into the fray.
And they can just swing over the consoles of these guys. Oh, that's hilarious. How do I get past this? I guess this. Never mind, the barrier's gone.
Prepare yourself.
Alright, you take care of this. Sela, you take care of this one. Never mind, that one's dead. Sela's got it. Perfect. Chief Cara. We can still do this. After a coughing fit, the warrior wipes the blood from her lips. Her hand moves lightly, without the artificial stiffness you've observed in the behavior of the other enemies here. But her head has been mutilated in the same way as everyone else's. The top of her skull has been removed, and the thin barbs of the crown she's wearing go right into her exposed brain. Who are you? I am Cara, chieftain of the Blackwater clan. She regards you with proud defiance. There's no trace of the cold indifference in her eyes that you've seen in the other guards. And you, outsider, have assaulted my home and threatened our great mission. You haven't lost your mind like the other occupants of this place. You don't resist the circlet, it won't smother your mind. It's tough. Tough to feel someone else's will entering your consciousness. Tough to give up the freedom to control your body. Like a cold hand sinking into your head, sifting through your thoughts with its slimy fingers. For a moment, her defiant expression fades. You catch a glimpse of her disgust and fear. But I readily accepted this fate. I'll gladly endure any torment, as long as it brings us closer to victory. What is your mission? Kara's voice rings with zealous fervor. To defeat the demons. We're gathering an army that can march on eyes and exterminate the abyssal spawn. Poor souls like you who wander into our camp become invincible soldiers. Only they are capable of prevailing in this war. No mere mortals, not even the gods themselves can stop the world wound. That means we are mortal kind's last chance. We possess great magical weapons. Our bodies no longer know pain, and our hearts know no fear. Well, you are susceptible to mind affecting... What? I mean, that doesn't make sense. They are susceptible to fear. Mechanically. Our minds are bound by the Master's will and discipline. Cast your blade down at his feet. Let him touch you. Okay. And you'll join with us, as the true savior of Galarian. Why did you attack me? Hundred Face identified you as a threat to the mission. We're executing his command. Your life is unimportant, as are ours. All that matters is the success of the mission. Tell me about Hundred Face. There was grief in her eyes, unswerving devotion in her words. The last hope of Sarkoris, a great thinker and strategist. When the demons came and our clan was in its death throes, nobody answered our call. The other clans chose to save themselves. Our neighbors turned their backs on us, and the gods. Even our gods did not answer, because they were afraid. They hid like cowards. And then Hundred Face came, a stranger from Numeria, who did not know us and owed us nothing. But unlike the others, he was willing to help. He was looking for allies, desperate people who would agree to anything. People like us. The Blackwater clan rejected the taboos of our ancestors. I cursed the traitor gods and accepted the mage's help. And now with his aid, we'll defeat any foe and save Sarkoris. What are you and Hundred Face doing here? We've been building an army. Ordinary mortals can't hope to fend the demons off. Our bodies are fragile, and our hearts are fickle, ready to betray us at the crucial moment. Nothing of this world could give us the power we needed, but Numerian machines. Her voice drops to a whisper, are not of this world, and they are capable of so much more than our pathetic blades and meager magic. My tribesmen became the first volunteers in the ranks of Hundred Face's army, but not the last. Soon, we'll purge all Sarkoris of the taint, free our brethren from the demon's yoke, and prove that our sacrifice has not been in vain. Hundred Face has destroyed your clan, turned them all into monsters. We gave ourselves up willingly. We had to. Now I was the first to let myself be crowned with a circlet. Yes, it was excruciating and horrifying. When the blades dig into the bone, when the probes sink into the brain, that is when one begins to know true terror. Some surrendered to their fear at the last moment. They tried to resist. They begged for mercy. Her gaze turns gloomy, but we would not allow them to bring shame upon us all. I personally place circlets upon the heads of the doubtful. A heavy, bloody burden that could only be carried by the clan's chieftain. Who would have thought that Sarkorian savages, despite being followers of primitive cults, would realize they must do their part for the good of science and become test subjects in such a marvelous experiment? So you all chose to exist as mechanical puppets. Fire bears our teeth in fury. You would judge us. Have you ever seen demons butcher entire villages? Mothers being lashed with whips and forced to run the length of a palisade, their bleeding children impaled atop it. Have you seen demons cut off a warrior's manhood just to mock him, or slice the breast off a brave woman? Have you ever watched a giant monster slowly devour a human being, leisurely chewing on them while they're still alive? I have, and I must put an end to this. The end justifies any means. Scowling in defiance, she's not even yelling at you, but past you, her eyes distant. We can do this. We won't give up. Whatever the cost, we will pay it. You fools, give yourselves over to this 100 face to be turned into slaves. Slaves. We made ourselves more than slaves. We became Glorian's weapon. But you wouldn't understand anything about true sacrifice. Sarkoris fell long ago. You're all slaves to a cunning mage, killing in the name of a dead nation. Sarkoris has fallen. But how? That's impossible. 100 Face would have told us. There must be survivors. There must be some resistance. It couldn't have happened. Everything we've done. No. It can't have been for nothing. I refuse to believe you. Her heart-rending scream is filled with hatred and grief. Sarkoris lives, and so do we. The preparations are almost complete, and soon we will drive the accursed demons back into the abyss. Our poor brethren, suffering under the oppression of the world wound, are waiting for us to come to their rescue. And we will come. We will. Everything is clear to me now. Kara sneers. How could anything be clear to you? Oh, someone's calling me out on that. We say that all the time. You've only heard our story, not lived it. You don't know our anguish, the pain of our sacrifices. Who do you see before you? A monster? A traitor? So naive. 100 Face will soon reveal the truth to you, and then you'll understand me. No, she allowed her people to be enslaved. We're gonna kill her. Because again, complete opposite of what the Azad is all about, so. Finish her off. It's time to set you free. My death means nothing. Our mission will succeed. Will still succeed. She accepts your blow stoically, without a hint of fear in her eyes. Blasting bracers, and a Numerian key. Sweet, they gave me the bracers. I can't equip them. These bracers have Numerian technology. What a shame.
The goddess protects us.
You fail to discern the purpose of the mysterious device. Really? Oh, well that's what Nenio is for. Doesn't show me the check.
You require my unbiased
Oh,
opinion?
because gosh darn it.
I'm always open to ideas.
Darn it, Socio. Well, I mean, it's not Socio's fault. It didn't show me the check there, so I didn't think to click on it with Nenio specifically. That's okay, I guess.
A success worthy of praise.
Now, this machine is like an insatiable but indiscriminating bibliophile, one that greedily absorbs whatever knowledge it can and stores it in its memory.
As it should
Still upset about this one. Should have succeeded in this, but it showed that it had a DC, so. Oh, I guess that's fine. We got a key. Maybe that's the pass key that we need to get through these other doors. So what I'll probably do is off camera go back to that cleansing aura, and we'll rest up, and then maybe finish this area next time. We made a lot of headway here, so we will see. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.